You're watching TAG TV.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surbhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 31st of December. Efforts continue to rescue trapped miners in northeastern India. New date set for presidential elections in Afghanistan. And Bangladesh's Prime Minister Hasina wins third straight term. And now for all the details. Efforts continued on Monday to rescue 15 coal miners trapped in a flooded coal mine in India's northeastern Meghalaya province. In an earlier attempt on Sunday, Indian Navy divers had to return empty-handed due to unexpectedly high water levels inside the chamber.
Indian Navy divers attempted on Sunday to rescue 15 coal miners trapped in a flooded coal mine in India's northeastern Meghalaya province, but returned empty-handed due to unexpectedly high water levels inside the chamber. The miners got trapped on December 13 when the illegal rat hole mine they were working in filled with a surge of flood water. 10 high-pressure pumps are being used to flush out water from the pit. Pump operators estimate that it would take 5 days to drain the mine completely.
गोताखोर अभी बाहर आए हैं और अभी उनका अंदाज़ा जो था कि पानी की सतह, पानी की डेप्थ बहुत ज़्यादा है, उम्मीदों से भी बहुत ज़्यादा है और अभी भी वो गोताखोर इस सतह को छू नहीं पाए हैं.
The divers were lowered into the flooded mine in the morning and were taken out late in the evening. Attempts were to be made on Monday also. Dangerous illegal mines are common in northeast India's Meghalaya province, and workers often descend hundreds of feet on bamboo ladders to pull coal from horizontal seams underground.
In news from Pakistan, an accountability court on Sunday released the detailed verdict in flagship investment reference case against Pakistan's former Premier Nawaz Sharif, in which he had been acquitted. The verdict said there was not enough evidence to convict Sharif in the flagship reference. Thus, he was acquitted on December 24th.
An accountability court on Sunday released the detailed verdict in flagship investment reference case against Pakistan's former Premier Nawaz Sharif, in which he had been acquitted. In the verdict, the court said the National Accountability Bureau, or NAB, could not establish Sharif's relationship with 16 companies in the corruption reference. Announcing the verdict in the Al Azizia corruption case on December 24th, the court had convicted Nawaz Sharif and awarded him 7 years imprisonment. 3 cases, Avonfield Properties case, flagship investment case and Al Azizia Steel Mills case, were launched by National Accountability Bureau in September 2017. Sharif was earlier sentenced in July this year to 10 years in prison by the same court on charges related to the purchase of upscale Avonfield apartments in London. He was released from prison in September pending an appeal. The 68-year-old former premier is now in Kot Lakhpat jail in Lahore city after conviction in Al Azizia reference.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan's Independent Election Commission on Sunday confirmed that the poll body will hold the country's presidential election on July 20th next year. The polls were supposed to be held on April 20th earlier.
Chairman of Afghanistan's Independent Election Commission, or IEC, Abdul Badi Sayyad, on Sunday said the election management body has decided to hold the country's presidential elections on July 20th next year. The presidential elections were earlier supposed to be held on April 28th. Reacting to the change, the Afghan government said it welcomes the move by the poll body. Meanwhile, political parties and movements in Afghanistan have also intensified consultations ahead of the elections. Some of the mainstream parties and election observers last week even blamed the poll body for vote irregularities in the October 20th parliamentary elections, which were marred by widespread allegations of fraud and rigging. They said the Election Commission had not taken any steps to bring about systematic reforms in the previously held elections. They suggested IEC should undertake systematic reforms to ensure that future elections are held in a free, fair and transparent manner.
More news from Afghanistan. Afghanistan's Interior Ministry has issued new measures to raise the honor and dignity of the police force in society. Based on the new directives, all personnel of Afghan National Police have been prohibited to participate in political gatherings or accept invitations to foreign embassies and other diplomatic institutions. Afghanistan's Interior Ministry on Sunday said it recently issued new measures aimed to raise the honor and dignity of the police force in society. Last week, the ministry issued a 12-item new security guideline to the personnel of Afghan National Police or ANP aimed at protecting classified information on administrative, operational and strategic levels. Based on the new directives, all ANP personnel are prohibited to participate in political gatherings or accept invitations to foreign embassies and other diplomatic institutions.
تلاش ما است که وقار پلیس بالا ببریم و آنچه که شایسته پلیس است باید انجام شود. نه ای که مواردی که بسیار پیش پا افتیده بود و از گذشته به این طرف به او قدر تمرکز نمیشد.
یگانه ابلاغه یا اعلامیه که میگه که وزارت داخله داده که برای بلند بردن حیثیت پلیس است اینمی هست که دست پلیس از جیب مردم کوتاه شده. پلیس دیگه کمیشنکار سفارتخانه ها دیگه نیست. پلیس دیگه کتی و طلای قراردادی دیگه نیست.
Meanwhile, senators in Afghanistan's lower house of parliament have hailed the move too. They said these are the appropriate measures for security reasons in the country. The new guidelines by the ministry will be implemented all over the country. Moving on to news from Bangladesh, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's alliance won Bangladesh's election with a thumping majority, the country's election commission said on Monday, giving her a third straight term. The alliance, dominated by her Awami League, seen as close to regional power India, won 288 out of 300 seats.
Dhaka residents woke up on Monday to the news of Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's election victory, giving her a third straight term following a vote that the opposition rejected as rigged. Local residents reading the morning newspaper said they were happy with the result and looked forward to the country further developing under Hasina's leadership.
আমার মনে হয় মানুষ উন্নয়নের দিকে সমর্থন দিয়েছে এবং 2015 সালে মনে করি যে জামাত বিএনপি মিলিয়া যে কর্মকাণ্ড করাইছে মানুষ পড়াইছে 500 মতো এতে বিএনপি কোনো জামাত কোনোদিনও হাসপাতালে এসে দেখে নাই এতে আমাদের দেখতেছি এই যে আপনার মাননীয় শেখ হাসিনা উনি নিজে দেখা
Hasina's win consolidated her decade-long rule over Bangladesh, where she is credited with improving the economy and promoting development, but has also been accused of crackdown on the media and suppressing dissent. She denies such charges. Opposition leader Kamal Hussain said their alliance, the National Unity Front, led by the BNP, had called on the Election Commission to order a fresh vote under a neutral administration as soon as possible, alleging Sunday's poll was flawed.
Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama on Sunday delivered sermons during a religious teaching session in India's eastern Bodh Gaya town. The spiritual leader is on a 23-day-long visit to the town to hold prayers and deliver sermons.
Exiled Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama on Sunday delivered sermons during a religious teaching session in Bodh Gaya town of India's eastern Bihar province. Hundreds of disciples of Dalai Lama participated in the session in which he spoke on White Heruka, long life empowerment, or the practice of a long life with the blessings of Heruka, a wrathful deity in Buddhism. Dalai Lama is on a 23-day visit to Bodh Gaya for holding prayers and various teaching sessions in the pilgrimage town.
I feel as if I have purified a lot of defilements from my past, and I feel more positive to continue in the future.
Dalai Lama has been living in exile in India since fleeing his predominantly Buddhist homeland in 1959 after a failed uprising against the Chinese rule. He has set up his seat of power in India's Nadan Dharamshala town, which is also regarded as the hub of Tibetan culture.
To welcome 2019 with a relaxed and happy mind, India's first crying club in Western Surat City organized a crying program for the residents on Sunday. The main concept behind the event was to reduce stress in people and allow them to have a healthy mind, body and soul in the coming new year.
In a unique attempt to make people happy and relax before the year 2019 kicks in, a crying program was held for the residents of India's Western Surat City on Sunday. The program was organized by the country's first of its kind crying club, Healthy Crying Club, that was inaugurated in 2017. The main concept behind the event was to reduce stress in people and allow them to have a healthy mind, body and soul.
तो हमारी क्राइंग क्लब की यही है कि हमने हमारे मन के अंदर बहुत सी ऐसी बातें, ऐसी चीज़ें हमने संभाल कर रखी है कि जिसको हम कीमती समझते हैं, लेकिन वो हमारे लिए कंकर है, पत्थर है, तो उसको हमें निकालना है, हमारे मन को स्वस्थ करना है। अगर हमारा मन स्वस्थ होगा तो ही हमारा तन स्वस्थ रहेगा।
हमारी लाइफ में कैसे भी कुछ भी अगर प्रॉब्लम होता है तो हम मन खोल के ऐसे रो नहीं सकते, और यहाँ पे आके मैं पूरा अपना जो भी सीने में हमारे जो दर्द होता है, जो दुख होता है, उसे पूरा खाली करके यहाँ से हम एकदम रिलैक्स होके घर जाते हैं।
People in Surat City have been visiting the Crying Club regularly for the past 1 year to vent out their sorrows and frustration with tears. The concept of the club was derived from the notion that the doctors declare a baby is healthy only after it cries. Considering this notion, the club believes that crying is healthy for life as it reduces stress.
An elderly couple in India's Odisha province has been running an orphanage for the past 3 decades, which is home to more than 100 children. The orphanage rehabilitates children abandoned by their biological parents and often left on roadside or near drainages. Bringing a glimmer of hope to many of the poor and abandoned children in Kalahandi district of India's eastern Odisha province, an elderly couple has taken up the noble task of giving these children a brighter future. Shyam Sundar Jal, along with his wife Kasturi Jal, has been running the orphanage Yashoda Anath Ashram for the last 3 decades with the help of donations from the provincial government and locals. The orphanage is home to more than 100 children, mostly girls, abandoned by their biological parents and left on roadside or near drainages.
मैं भी एक बचपन से मैं जानती हूँ, मेरा कोई भी नहीं है। जब से मैं जाना तब से मेरा पिता श्याम सुंदर है और मेरा माता कस्तूरी जाल है। इसलिए मेरे को तो मैं तो उनसे जहाँ स्नेह श्रद्धा पाई हूँ ना, इसीलिए मैं भी उसके साथ हेल्प करके रहना चाहती हूँ।
23 लड़का है और ज़्यादा तो लड़की है, बहुत है ना, 113 लड़की शादी कर दिया 13 लड़की को, अभी 101 है ना बच्चा।
तो कैसा करते हैं, कैसा चलाते हैं इनको?
कैसा गवर्नमेंट मेरे को 50 बच्चा को दे रहा है और मैं बाकी पब्लिक डोनेशन में जो आकर उधार कर मेरा वो चलाता है ना।
With the help of the neighbors, the couple has been able to marry off as many as 13 girls from the orphanage. Many parents prefer sons in India because social norms bar women from performing some religious rituals and inheriting property, even though such discrimination is illegal in the country. Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsia Newsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.